The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD BLACK NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.
Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the WD BLACK Esports Club Pro League for Rainbow Six Siege, supported by Ubisoft and in association with AFK Gaming. I almost messed up right there. I had to stop myself real quick, but of course it is myself, Blackjack. Joining me is my co-host Foxy and Abnausen, as we are finally here with the division that a lot of people have been waiting for a while now, and that is Division 1 starting its first day of play a little bit later than usual, but that was because the Union Gaming Kira Esports game that we were supposed to have earlier unfortunately was forfeited by Kira Esports. So it is what it is. They unfortunately didn't have the players to play, so they made that call, and here we are with Demon's Force taking on Exterminate Esports. I also had to pause there because I get confused between Exterminate and Extremists every now and again. Both me and Baba have had that problem, but we'll be joining our players on the ban phase on the map of Oregon right here on your screens live. As to start things off, Thatcher will be the first ban of the night. Nothing too special per se. Thatcher bans are always to be seen. When it comes to competitive Rainbow Six, you always see a Thatcher ban, well, let's say about 95% of the time. But this is interesting. Demon's Force have decided to ban Zofia, a very interesting attacker, but there is a very good reason for a Zofia ban as well. With 2 concussive nades, 2 impact grenades, and a claymore, it's a very versatile toolkit that Zofia brings, which will allow attackers to burn utility, create new lines of sight, bust their way into sight if need be, with plenty of soft breach. And if a concussive remains in Zofia's lifeline, well, whoever unlucky defender finds himself in her crosshairs can say goodbye to his, pretty much everything, hearing, vision, and eventually his life. So, Zofia ban, at the end, makes sense. Kaid and Mira to join. Kaid is also interesting, slightly less common on Oregon, but not entirely out of the blue. And Mira to round things out from the side of XTM. Speaking of which, let's have a look at both of the rosters that are here in the lobby for us today. From the side of DF, we've got Asterix Poseidon. From UG to Demon's Force, the man has joined this team. Levi, Kajit, and Tsukishima Goat. While from the side of XTM, we've got Rini, BO7, Triggered, Skullix, and Ghost Freak, who will be heading to second floor dorms in Dorm's main hall. And we've got the Capital 6 pick coming in from Poseidon.
All right, so first things first, walking into the match, the first thing I had my eyes on is it's good to see Demon's Force back into action. Obviously, with that addition of Poseidon to the roster, it's going to be something that eyes are definitely going to be on. They've had their own share of roster changes in the recent times. We've seen Asterix come and join them from the Red Vipers gang as well, and Kajit as well from former Kira Esports. So coming back to the roster change that Demon's Force will be putting into play today, but more importantly, it's XTM Esports. I'm so happy to see them up here in Division 1, and more importantly, with the with the roster change for themselves, Ghost Freak in their team. Ghosty, that's right. So this was a conversation I was having with Ghosty way back in Season 1 when we had the debut of XTM with their new lineup as well. We saw Skullix join them from KL11 during that time. That was between the last league and this one. So the conversation with Ghosty that I was trying to get back to is, speaking of which, he's playing the Legion right now, so that's a very interesting operator. I haven't seen him come out with a while, but coming back. So the conversation went something like this on him telling that their loss with XTM was not something that they expected, as he was in VPG back then in Division 3, because he did not see Rene coming onto the squad, and Rene has just been an amazing addition to XTM. I've talked about this. Rene happens to be a very old player coming back into the scene, just a year one dude, knows his stuff, knows exactly how to get stuff done. He's the one playing smoke right now. But coming back to that, looks like Ghost Freak has just embraced that if you cannot beat them, join them. He's here joining Rene, and now their brothers in arms fighting against a very common enemy that is for now Demon's Force. We will be heading into the round as I was trying to get us that information into this match, but that is not it, man. It's definitely come out with so many expectations just from this single match alone. It's going to be XTM just having to prove so many people wrong and right, for that matter, and also Demon's Force making sure that with the roster change that has come onto it, they are not stumbling. They are not anything less of what they usually bring on board.
Most certainly. And Demon's Force, like Foxy said, have had their fair share of roster changes as of recently. Poseidon, however, that's going to have to be a huge pick for them. And they're waiting to see exactly how this team, how they, as a unit, start functioning with everybody now in the play. We've got some pre-fires coming in. Rene has taken a bit of damage, not too much, mind you. The diffuser has to be recovered, and it will be outside of the breach of a bedroom. The smoke playing close, slightly just behind the shield of that big double window of sight itself. Poseidon knows that there's somebody there, but he can't peek with the shield there. That adds a risk factor that he cannot take, knowing that whoever might be behind that, in this case Rene, could just turn around and shoot him. But no, the smoke will stand up instead and get taken out, shot in the back by Poseidon to start things off. Sekishima God will go down as the retaliation comes in from Ghost Freak with 50 seconds remaining. 4v4, the smoke bolts are coming in, but the captain, does he know? He does not. Ghost Freak will fall. Poseidon will be taken care of. That's a big drop indeed. The Legion taken two. Can he find a third? No, he cannot. Is the Ash to come in? The Ace, excuse me, to come in. Levi will find his kill. 3v3 equalizers in, and there's the advantage taken. Kajit, good kill, but Asterix gets dropped, and there's the refrag. The Jaeger gets taken down as well. Levi's popping off inside his sight. Kajit, he's going for the plant, but he's going to be careful of the C4 from below. He knows this, but the Ace will trade with Skullex right towards the end. Levi saving Hibana. That is Kajit, who was trying to go for the plant, but very nervous of the C4 from below. Thankfully for him, the Ace was there. We will see that in the instant replay right there as, ooh, that was certainly an interesting round from both sides. Neither of them willing to give up. We saw the trades, the retaliations, the refrags as both teams starting off strong. It will be DF to take the first round, and we're headed back to dorms and Dorms Main Hall off the back of an amazing start.
That's an amazing start for Demon's Force. Definitely something that they want for themselves. And I think this is no surprise that we have not seen so many teams just able to survive gunfights against Demon's Force. When it matters, they get their stuff done. They get those skills on board. That has been something that many teams just cannot cut through that barrier. But it looks like XTM wants to make amends to what they happened to bring out or did wrong in the first round. We did get to see so many silly mistakes come out from the side of the defense. It was just bodies dropping left, right, and center, except for Ghosty, and then we saw Skullex trying to keep things alive for their team. But they were a little too occupied, I would say. They were very busy, trying to take attention away from the attackers. But Demon's Force was just wiser than that. They knew exactly where to push. They've got the gunpowder. Then they just need to decide an entry point, and that is exactly what happened. We'll be underway with round 2, and just from the looks of it, the prep phase is looking very convenient. That's exactly what it looked like for XTM Esports coming back in the first round as well. And that's why you cannot just rely on it too much. We've got Asterix once again running the Ash, and speaking of which, Asterix is still being given this very free-to-play, I would say, fragging role. He's just been allowed to go out to many places, and I think that just happens to come in once you have these enter-role changes happening throughout your team. Demon's Force is no short of anybody who needs to frag. So Kashima Goat will add up to that terror of a name with his Blackbeard pick as well. It's definitely going to be something a little difficult to fight against. Poseidon once again is back in the main window, but he's not really having a good time because there's not really any information he can work with. He's just waiting for any early aggression from the defenders first and foremost, and then maybe he'll use the sweet time to go back on his drone. We're still hitting the minute mark, 2 minute mark. 1 minute has expired from this match, and we're going to see the utility burnout come out. There you go. It's just not enough. The ADS are doing their job. Brennan knows more than that. He knows that Nate is the follow-up, and he's just going to fall back. We've got him making lines of sight from below so that Ghosty can watch, and that's some good teamwork coming in. I'm already loving what XTM is doing for themselves, but it might not just be enough. There you go, Skullex starting things off. He's going to get the first frag. That was Kashima go to take the fall. A very important frag shutting down the Blackbeard and also the spearhead of the attack.
A very big early drop. A Blackbeard going down early can never be a bad thing for the side of the defense. That is Sakashima Goat. He will unfortunately not be influencing another round. For the time being, it's going to be up to his 4 remaining teammates to bring this round in their favor. Can they do it this time? The smoke is more than aware of that big window push. In fact, there's a run out coming in. That's going to be successful from Ghost Freak out of small tower. He's found one. Can he find the second? Not quite. He's been spotted. But where is the sledge looking? Barely gets the kill, but it's a 2v4. His mates are dropping on the other side. Poseidon managing to take a kill, gets refragged. Skullex will drop him, and it's suddenly a 1v4. Khajiit, the last man standing out of a very unfortunate drop for Demon's Force, but it's not quite over. 1v3, triggered, will fall. That's the Echo taking care of. Big kill, mind you. Those Echo drones will no longer be able to stop the plant. They are still good intel devices. It doesn't matter, though. Bot comes in, and he will take Khajiit off. A beautiful prone peek through the line of sight, made by the attackers, no less, onto the entry door from Armory Hallway. That's going to be the second round going the way of XTM Esports, as the scoreline will be equalized. And just like we were talking about, it's going to be a pretty interesting game between both sides.
And definitely an interesting game coming out from both sides. As never mind, I did not realize that his name was Bot until you happened to speak about it, Blackjack. I thought that was BO7.
Yeah, that took me by surprise for a bit, but I had to really think, numbers and letters and how they sort of look similar. Yeah.
Yep. That is Bot, of course. And that makes perfect sense. You've got Skullex here. Why wouldn't Bot join him on his very dauntless performance here in this new team that they've called home? XTM Esports looking very good with their first round that they have put on board, and that was a good defense coming out from them on Kids Storms. This time around, not only was there an attempt from Skullex and Ghosty into getting that attention from the attackers onto them, but they made sure that they made conversions out of it as well. Demon's Force, every movement that they happened to ignore them was just reminded exactly why you need to dislodge them first. Really good emphasis coming in from XTM Esports into making sure that they don't let Demon's Force walk away with another attacking round for that matter, because Renee just got logged out of that hallway, but it's okay. Skullex had a plan. I guess that's where he intends to send his teammate to. There you go. He was meant to be on site, and that's exactly where he'll be. I think that's a good tutorial for everybody to just take a quick look at. If you want to stop your very ecstatic anchor friend who loves to roam, you stop him like that. You just put a castle barricade on his face, and he's going to go for the full rotate. No, he's just going to fall back. There you go. And yes, obviously, what I meant from an anchor friend who just loves to roam is, if he's supposed to be on side anchoring and he still likes to go out there, get kills, and make risky plays, just block him off, send him back to side, make him do his job. That's.
I'd like to add, I mean, sure, you could say that, but at the same time, are you really about to look a shotgun-wielding Doc in the face and tell him no?
I mean, at this point, just at the pace we are headed, I'm not sure if any operator here classifies as complete anchor or complete roam. We've seen some really bizarre stuff come on. And speaking of which, Tsukushima God has been given this free pass to just walk into the hallway. That was just the bait. And Ghost Free, what a shot! Look at that connect on the second follow-up on Asterix. He's going to make sure he finds 2 before he goes down. A 2 versus 5 is what we find ourselves in. as Ghost Freak will have to get revived, but that revive will not come in anytime soon. There comes another frag. XTM Esports finding the perfect time to just completely shut down Demon's Force. They are not looking like they'll be walking away with any better outcome. Khajiit, once again, the last man alive, is going to find a frag, and will that be all? Ghost Freak is the one to fall. This is not the best of KD save for the man, as they still going to try and keep things up. There you go. The attempt on the clutch is in, but I believe it's an overkill at this point.
I mean, that push failed very quickly. It went south very, very suddenly for the side of Demon's Force, and it mostly seemed that they had not droned out Ghost Freak when they really needed to. Push comes in from the Ibana. Khajiit will find Triggered, who was on the back stairs of Tower, but now he's faced up against a shotgun-wielding Mute. Not quite a Doc, as we were talking about earlier, but regardless, a shotgun at that range won't even matter. Skullix shuts him down with the UMP, and Khajiit will fall. XTM lost a couple of bodies, but it didn't matter. They had all the time and all the advantage in the world to just finish off round 3 and put themselves up on a 2-1 scoreline. Demon's Force, very unfortunate that they weren't able to quite take the round at one point. Sakashima Goat sneaking up the hallway looked like he might be able to actually get into sight and put the entire defense in disarray, but it wasn't to be, because Ghost Freak, with the Legion sitting inside a freezer corridor, went undetected by the side of DF. I'm not sure if they droned it out previously, saw it was empty and decided to push, or if there was a lack of an effort in droning that region. Whichever it was, they paid the price heavily. With all that being said, we're headed to first floor meeting hall and a kitchen in the 4th round.
Attackers
As
need to locate and defuse bombs.
the lead taken by XTM, a little unexpected, I will admit, but not entirely but extremely good for them and for us to watch, because that gives Demon's Force a little bit of a call to action to try and make a comeback, to try and equalize. And we all know what that makes for, ladies and gentlemen. That makes for exciting games of competitive Rainbow Six. I'm sure Foxy will agree with me here that it's much better to see 7-3s, 7-5s, and even overtimes than it is to see complete washouts. Right now, we are obviously not going to see a washout from either side. I mean, the way Demon's Force has been going along, they're going to have some troubles playing against XTM. But if they manage to clean up on their act, if they manage to just make sure that there are no loose ends when they go for the execute, whenever they go for the execute, they need to make sure that there aren't any loose ends, any undroned areas, any unchecked corners, and they will be just fine. Everything else from them has been fairly good, all things considered, while XTM Esports' defense has been nothing short of stellar for the last 2 rounds. The first round, it left a lot of things to be desired, but after that, it has been amazing. But that's not amazing, unfortunately, as a Ghost Freak trying to do a bit of a bullet hole peek onto the main barricaded door of Oregon. He's gonna get taken care of because those bullets were heard, and the attackers were in the right position at the right time. We've got the tower breach coming in, the Selmas from the Ace, and Asterix will be bringing in the Capitao just to assist him. Triggered. He's actually going to come in. Impacts on the Valkyrie as that too. Coming in towards Tower. Nearly caught one on that window-to-window spray. But Levi is more than safe. We've got Poseidon taking care of the meat jammer. There we go. And with a little bit of a small hitch with the Valkyrie trying to kill them, it finally will work out. The breach will happen, and Tower is just about to be opened up to the side of the attack.
That's right. The push is still happening from the side of Demon's Force. They've been a little slow with it. Don't really mind it. They've got their own. They've got a whole lot of time. 1 minute and 30 seconds left. That's going to be their window to make their move. Meanwhile, Ghost Freak finding himself in a really bad position. That was a very expected play, I think, from Sakashima Goat. The way he just happened to take care of the situation. You know exactly what goes down with peaks like that through the barricades. It just happens to be such a risky position to play on. We've still got ourselves a 4-5. No kills coming out except for that first early frag the attackers found. That can only mean that the last minute or the last few seconds of this round are going to boil down to a bloodbath. We've got Poseidon on the hatch, that's up top attic. We've got Triggered trying to establish some sort of pressure, but he's still waiting for that right moment to just wait for his teammates to make the calls. Capita bolts are coming off. Selma breaches the Hibana charges. Everything is at it. you're getting to see the full utility dump come out from the attackers along with the nades from the Maverick as well. And here's a white peak triggered. He's going to get a headshot. That's Khaji taken off the board. He's out here looking for second, but he won't be able to find it. That leaves us in a 4 versus 3 as Poseidon will be the one to get that frag. We still have to move ahead, at least in terms of how the attackers intend to take this ahead. The plant is going down. The plant will not get denied. That's not the default plant spot that is coming out from him. The Maestro trying to find a frag on the Capitao, but a little too late, and somehow Asterix finds an angle onto him, and that's just an unfortunate situation for XTM Esports to find themselves in. Bad positioning and just unfortunate series of events that they happen to find themselves into. That was a very clumsy round in terms of how our defense is supposed to go down on a meeting kitchen defense. But hey, still coming back to that, Ghost Freak just dropping XD for Senpai, knowing that both of them knew that this is coming in. That was a little expected. All that experience you gain between playing against each other for a long time, I think, yeah, it's some tricks and stuff you just learn from each other. That's exactly what we got to see at action. Round 5 will be underway, and we're headed back to the very trusty Kids Doms and Doms main hall from the side of XTM Esports.
Exterminate going up to the second floor site. I had to take a quick second right there just to make sure no noise was coming through. As you know, the neighborhood can be noisy at night every now and again, ladies and gentlemen, but it is quiet once again, so I can resume my, my version of what this match has so far told me. Both sides really have had good moments, bad moments, and overall it really seems like they need that sort of first kill or the first refrag to build a momentum that they can work off of each round. In the last round, Demons First took the first kill on the Ghost Freak, admittedly through Ghost Freak's own fault. It was nothing more than that. And after they took that first kill, didn't get refragged onto. Even if the Valkyrie was above trying to make some plays, she got taken out quickly. And that was a good sign for them to push into sight. XTM looked clumsy when they started losing bodies and didn't know how to come back in that situation. XTM, on the other hand, whenever they are able to preserve 4 or even 5 bodies going into Demon's Force's final push, they are able to hold against all odds and really make the round their own. To hold off against an attack like Demon's Force takes quite a lot of work, ladies and gentlemen. Even if this isn't quite the Demon's Force that we have been used to seeing for the past few months, not quite the hyper-aggressive Demon's Force that we used to see in the previous league, it is still a very aggressive, pretty trigger-happy Demon's Force that we still have on display tonight. And all things considered, XTM deserves credit where credit is due for being able to hold off against this attack. That grenade, however, is going to find Ghost Freak again. The man will go down quickly. That's a little unfortunate, as Poseidon will take the first kill. Demon's Force have the first, but that will be a reflag from bot. Levi comes in, a retaliation, excuse me. Levi will drop. The ace is taken care of. That's the Heart Breacher, mind you, one of the 3. But leave their principal Heart Breacher in total. That means Khaji or Poseidon will just step up to the plate in terms of what the Heart Breach needs. But here's the Ash already inside of sight. Tsukushima Goat is going off through the fire and the flames, but he finds 2 and gets taken off from the trophy push from Triggered. It's a side retake situation for both defenders as Trigger will go down inside of Attic. Poseidon gets his double. The plant is going off. Suddenly, it's all down to Bot, the last man standing, and he is hunted. He is also hunting. He's found 1. Can he find 2 more? Not quite. Asterix will shut him down. And that will be seen in the instant replay as Asterix, the Capitao, inside of the games room, just by the window, in fact, managed to secure the situation before it got out of hand. Bot nearly had it, mind you. He could have had the Capitao had he peeked and gotten him earlier. Asterix had a moment of confusion. You saw him do a double take, realizing that, wait a minute, he is still in Attic, and I need to peek that right now. And fortunately for the side of DF, that was what managed to give them the kill. Right now, we'll be heading to basement laundry and supply room as XTM, realizing that maybe second floor might need some more work. They've gone to the site that they won in their very first try, basement laundry, with the Valkyrie in play instead of the Oryx from Triggered. Will be underway, and this is, of course, the last round before Roll Stream. This is a very important round for XTM, because if Demon's Force go 4-2 up onto defense on Oregon, then XTM have a much slimmer chance of winning this than they otherwise would.
That is so well put. Blackjack XTM right now finding themselves in a very difficult position. In fact, because this is a very crucial round for them. Round 6, back on Laundry. They haven't really had good odds coming back here. Well, they did win one round. Yeah, that was all down to some beautiful coordination between each other. But except for that, it's not exactly not the best of sides to just fall back to. But obviously, just in the way XTM happens to play out, Laundry is going to be their hope right now. Let's see what happens to bring us. Ghost Freak once again is going to be sticking with the Legion and the Maestro and the Valkyrie being employed for the information trade-off. That's a lot of information XTM likes to invest in, but I haven't seen conversions come out of it. That has been something that XTM has been lacking so far, at least for this match in particular. Meanwhile, Demon's Forces are really enjoying their mix and matchup of the roster that they have right now. It's definitely come out to be a very interesting shakeup. All I can see right now is Poseidon very happy, just glad to come back to his home team of sorts. You know, just like going around the full circle. Started at Demon's Force and just come back here and play for them again. It's definitely a very good moment. Everybody must be very glad to have, and that shows. We're able to see very good performance coming in from all of these players from Demon's Force today as well. No huge shakeups. It's definitely those. I would say those maniacal pace that Demon's Force players like to bring out, and they've been bringing them out today. We did see Tsukushima go come out with a very unexpected push in the last round, and that was it. Ghost Freak once again engaging with the party the Capita. That's going to be all the way on Freezer. That is the white stairs, bottom of the white stairs. Meanwhile, Poseidon is going to get the hatch breached. I'm not sure. There you go. He's good, trying to get a nice and easy pattern done on. He's just trying to draw an S. I'm not sure what that is supposed to signify. But yeah, it's okay. That was maybe not an alphabet either. But we'll be going ahead into this round. 1 minute and 20 seconds left. Let's see what it happens to unfold.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Rini coming up to the first floor right now could be big for the side of XTM, because that means he'll have control over any open hatch. Skeleton, meanwhile, he's going to find Asterix with a C4. Big drop as the Capital gets taken care of. Poseidon knows where he needs to throw a grenade, but can he connect it? It will go off. It's found something, and I think that may have been a Vulcan shield triggered. Still on second floor, while Rini, he's going to be seen and taken care of. Beautiful shot by Kajal, in fact, to take him down. That's one of the roamers, but you still have the Valkyrie. That's going to be big. And the Ash, oh dear, not going to spot triggered, but that's the refract quickly coming in from Ace. Tsukushima Goat, not sure where he was looking, but he did not see the Valkyrie in time to get a kill. Man count has been refragged, equalized once again. Poseidon was down, will be picked back up. Levi goes down in the meanwhile to take a double, that is, and gets refragged by Bot, who takes another. That's Kaja taken care of, but not before Skullex went down as well. Poseidon, he was downed just a second ago, and now he's the last man standing, 20 HP against a very, very angry and very healthy Maestro on full. He's peeking. Thinks he's towards the laundry entry. Excuse me, right there. The rotate, that is, but he was not, of course. The other side of the door, but with the Alda will be the one to secure the round. Just a standard pre-fire. Nothing, no need for anything too flashy. Comes in, gets the kill, and leaves on his merry way. Well done by XTM, although that was very shaky, admittedly. Bot, had he not held the fort from inside of the laundry small room, probably would not have been able to clutch out the round for XTM. Regardless, it was a good round for them, a good round to take, because that means they will go into the attack 3-3 equalized onto round 7. Now on the attack, the challenge is there, but they are no longer at a disadvantage. That will be a big booster for their morale. Can they use that to gain some more momentum?
That's exactly what they need to do right now. Use all of that all of that retaliation power for themselves as fuel, and just try and keep pushing. 3-3 is the scoreline, and that's equalized for now. And speaking of which, it's looking very good. Just from what Demons was able to bring up, and look at that scoreboard. Bought 7 frags for himself and his team. Meanwhile, everything else a little too distributed from the side of Demon's Force as well as XTM Esports. It's been bought a little too shaky, and I think a little too flashy as well coming back to this match. He's had his moments, and that's something we've got to witness. on that follow-up on the other side, we've got Khajiit and Poseidon, both of them just adding up to that destruction power in terms of the frag potential. That's what the scoreboard happens to. Just happens to illustrate a little bit. But coming back to round 7, the second half, it's going to be an interesting outtake because we do see Demus first taking. I think this is a very good situation for them to walk into the second half with 3 rounds for themselves on the account. You happen to sit back and relax on Oregon when you move to defense. Not exactly relax for sure, but yeah, you can definitely take your own sweet time and bring up your own strategies. Meanwhile, Skullex has brought out the Kali. We haven't seen a Kali being employed in a long time. You know, just with the last 2 updates coming in, it's been a little. How do I say this? There's been a little shift in the tide, but definitely.
I see what you did
there we go. It's almost dad joke o'clock. But coming back to round 7, we've still got that push with the Kali. We got to see that quite a bit when Oregon happened to come out. Just got introduced into this map pool as well. And there we go. With that, just flexing that scope. Skullex has been amazing with the Kali as well, as long as we've seen him perform before on previous maps. And there you go, the blue bunker push finally coming in. They took their sweet time. And I wouldn't say it's a whole lot of time expelled as well. They've definitely had their own time to just get the information off, and that's just been their first priority. You want to make sure you get all of that, all of those positions nice and easy track for that matter. But right now, the real challenge for the attackers is to pushing through all of that utility that is standing in front of them. Blue bunkers is not the easiest approach to how our attack could go for Demon's Force. But hey, once again, XTM will be the ones to be attempting it as well. No lives lost. All 10 men alive in the lobby. And that tells me only one thing, that the last minute is going to be a bloodbath.
Oh, most certainly. As we approach the 75-second mark, there we go. Rennie is going to find 1 asterisk to go down. That is the Jaeger off the board. Big drop for Demon's Force, but they still have their 4 remaining members. Skullex trying to throw in, interestingly enough, is going to get a lance in, but that's the ADS to stop it. But the Vulcan Shield finally gets taken care of. Khajiit, that's not a time to go for the reinforcement. He was being burnt alive, and Bot will come in to take care of Sakashima. Go, Rennie falls. Finally, Levi takes one, but gets refragged onto by Ghost Freak instantly, as it's all down to Poseidon, the newest addition to this roster, making a rotate. He's going to be hurt, but he manages to make it out of there alive and finds one. Ghost Freak on the board. That's a second. Bot goes down. A beautiful headshot. SMG 11 in hand. He can do this. He's won these before. It's a 1v2. He spotted coming through the rotate. Missing. Triggered. Not getting the headshot. Will that be the round? He's still gonna peek. Does a bit of damage to Triggered, mind you, but he's gonna have to try and fall back. Taking damage. Poseidon. Skullex will take the kill finally, as he will fall. The mute, that is, couldn't quite secure himself a good position. He got flashbanged at arguably the worst possible time, but he had to peek if he wanted to make the post plant a 1v1 against the Kali. Just couldn't quite get there. And with that, we're going to see Exterminate Esports take the lead once again, as we saw in the instant replay. Basement Laundry will be the side of choice once again, as Demon's Force yet again find themselves on the back foot.
I'm loving to see the scoreboards light up once again. It's coming out to prove what amazing frag power these solo players happen to present. Just coming down to that solo potential I'm talking about. Ghost Freak is going to switch from the Iana onto the Ying. All right, Iana would have been a good pick, just considering the gun she happens to bring with her. But for sure, just happening to approach an enemy with an hologram, you might as well approach them when they're blind. That's going to be the approach and mantra for Ghost Freak right now. We'll be headed onto round 8, and once again, Laundry is going to be the side. Once again, coming back to the last round, that came down very close to Poseidon, almost getting that clutch done for his team. It would have been an almost flashpoint even for Triggered, you know, having to miss that pre-fire from the Hibana near that rotation onto Poseidon, and then Poseidon just coming out in the hallway and getting that 1v2 clutch. But that was just not it. Skullex knew what's up. He got the secondary into his pocket, out of his pocket rather, and made sure he took care of Poseidon. That was a good attempt from the mute, nevertheless. And hey, that's stuff like that does get you excited, because I almost thought this we've got a clip of the week coming up, but that was not the case. People will be headed to round 8, and hey, it's looking very standard just from the looks of it. The defense is very normal. We've got the Goyo from Khajiit coming out, and Yeah, it's very standard, just like I talked about it. But meanwhile, from the side of the attackers, we've got all of this utility dump coming in any moment now, because blue bunkers is once again going to be their side of pushing. And they'll make sure that they try and push at this side of the map. We've not got a whole lot of commotion happening yet. And there you go, as I speak about it, Skullex takes off and relieves Khajiit of his duties. That will be the head of the Goyo taken out, and that was a good shot coming in from the Kali.
Oh, most certainly. You love to hear that sniper rifle ring out with the confirmation of a kill. Even more so if it's a headshot, ladies and gentlemen, as right now we've got utility clearance coming out on blue bunkers area. They have to clear out elbow though, and I believe they might just have Rinnies pushed in and spotted by the Jaeger, or that could have just been a pre-fire from Sakshima Go, just to make sure that if anybody is busy standing inside a blue bunker, he catches ahead, but he won't be able to just yet. I don't think he knows that Rennie has pushed up in the meanwhile very close towards Boiler Room's pillar. But that area is being protected by a Goyo shield and a defender from inside of Freezer. That is Levi. Ash Charge goes out, but I believe it went out elsewhere, not towards this particular Vulcan shield. Levi sitting behind. It will be spotted, but there's the magnet to shut him down. And that piece of utility will still remain alive. Will that be vital? It just might be. We've seen many clutches come out from Goyo shields here, but no, there's the Kali with the lance to shut it down. Last minute remaining. Demus Force are on the defense. They're looking strong, but XTM's attack so far has proven to be just a little bit stronger. If they manage to get Levi out of inside of Freezer corridor, then side push will be made much easier, but they can't quite do that. The Kali trying to get a line of sight, but no, it will be Ghost Freak to fall early, and a pre-fire comes in. Levi very low on HP. That was a single shot from Kali's sniper rifle, but the kill will be taken. There we go. Skullex comes in, and that follow-up is here from Triggered and Vinny. Asterix finds one. That is Triggered. The refi comes in, but there's 3 more to go for the Melusi on tower stairs. You find 1 or 2 or even 3. The plant has gone off. It's a post-plant situation. Bot with the plant, and Skullex with the kill. Asterix will fall, and XTM will take round 8. Demus Force's defense looking a little shaky right now, ladies and gentlemen. Dropping bodies in unfortunate situations where they could have benefited from potentially not going for a peak, or even if your friendly has gone down, maybe the follow-up didn't need to come in. We saw the Jaeger try to go for one when the Wamai went down and got punished instantly. So, you know, some things to consider as they go into this next 9th round. 5-3 is the score line, as the side of XTM are 1 round away from match point.
1 round away from match point. Looking to push that advantage and make it match point. Triggered will be the one to do the honors and bring out the debut of Zero being played on Pro League. That's right, people. This will not be a 6-picked operator. Triggered will be employing Zero and to play as Blackjack. Yes, you have something to say.
I mean, I don't know if I should say this because of the kind of rain on your parade, but we've kind of seen Sam Fisher come out
Before,
in the first week. Yeah.
Yeah, but
not in Div 1, not in Div 1, admittedly,
so,
but yeah.
Yes. So I think just coming back to that outlook, because we don't see Div 1 bringing out Zero a whole lot. And hey, it's good to see Zero being employed here. That is something, that was my question even before the league happened to come out. And something I just was wondering about is how is it going to affect the meta? Apparently, it didn't at all, because nobody picked him. We were still going for Nomad, and I don't really blame them. I don't really come out with the Zero is better than Nomad argument. Definitely a valid pick in terms of the trade-off. But yeah, we're here witnessing Zero come out finally. It's going to be an interesting look-see as to how Triggered likes to play him, because you know, just as a player, Triggered does happen to have very itchy fingers. He likes to go out finding frags, and that might just not be the best position to, you know, not the best approach to take and play with Zero. But let's see how that finds out. Enough with the Zero stuff. We'll be seeing Asterix the Pulse. In fact, he's all the way downstairs in the basement. He's got himself a nice cardiac sensor to even help him with the heartbeats of anybody coming closer to him. That's right, he can detect the attackers if they happen to come closer to him. Tsukushima Goat, meanwhile, on the roam play, he's bringing out the carbine, and that is going to be employed on the side of meeting. Quite interestingly, so I'm a little confused as to how I'm seeing the side of the defense approach this round, and just from the looks of it, the setup definitely looking a little bizarre, but it's nothing out of completely. I would say completely out of the frequency. They definitely got exactly what they want. They know exactly what they're doing as well, and that's exactly what we get to see from Demon's Force, a team like that. Asterix holding down the bottom of the tower says we've got bots still making the push. The Selma breaches are coming out finally. Kali, I think at this point they're just bringing her out to be that substitute for Thatcher, but there you go. Tsukushima got in a fight and he's going to win that. Barely though, but he still gets it. Triggered will be the one to take the fall. There you go, Zero. Well, for now, he's just going to be resting. Rene, meanwhile, will make sure he gets the refrag, and Bot adds up to that. Asterix will be the one to take the fall. Look at that blood splatter on the wall on the flank. Was just not the best move. Ghost Freak, meanwhile, does get a frag on Tsukushima Goat. It was very low on HP. That was an comparatively easy kill to get, but Ghost Freak himself has lost a lot of HP. The 1 minute left, and Khajiit and Poseidon is all that has remained for the defensive lineup from the side of Demon's Force. It's going to be a 2 versus 4 clutch. Let's see what these 50 seconds happen to tell us.
If Demon's Force managed to pull off this 2v4, it will be one for the ages, ladies and gentlemen. And there we go. Khajiit, first kill, might just have gotten that first domino to fall in this line that is XTM Esports. They are yet to get into sight, mind you. There's 2 attackers still towards tower, but you have Skullex, the man with the sniper rifle, to drop one. Can he get the second one? No, he can't. Khajiit comes in, and he might just be able to rescue his teammate Poseidon. The heal comes in, but there's somebody right on the attic door. Do they know this? They do, but Ghost Freak is going to find Khajiit. That's a big drop indeed, and now it's all down to the Melusi. Poseidon inside of attic as well. Ghost Freak's closing in on his position. Bot's going for the plant, but he won't have the time to finish it. Ghost Freak will end the life of Poseidon before the plant can even go down. Once again, Demon's Force's defense opting to attempt those, slightly different plays, slightly out of the box thinking, but it's not working out because they're losing their gunfights and they're making some wrong decisions here and there. It's going to make for a very interesting post-match VOD review, ladies and gentlemen. But of course, I digress. That's for later on. Right now, match point has been taken by the side of Exterminate Esports, who are merely 1 round away from ending this match and putting Demon's Force at a day 1 disadvantage.
Well triggered once again. I'm liking the fact that he still brought up the Zero. I'm really loving that, honestly. It's good to see Kali and Zero, both of them coming out and being employed here into the attacking lineup. But XTM Esports, it's just not been the flashy fix. Or is it just that? Because they've been looking very comfortable right now. 6-3, a good place to be on. And this is completely opposite to what I was expecting to see coming into the second half. Usually the way Oregon is, just as we happen to see it pan out, defense loves to win the rounds. Defense always happens to win these rounds. Statistically speaking, not always, but yeah, very evidently so, not always. XTM Esports has made sure they get their plays in, and they've been on it. They've been back-to-back 3 rounds, and yeah, I think that is just that just happens to speak volumes of what they happen to bring in towards this match, and that's something we love to see. Once again, loving the fact that Ghost Freak did wholeheartedly embrace that meme. Like I was talking about, the can't beat them, can't join them. Because him and Rene on the same team, you've got so much more utility coming in from Bot, Trigger, and Skullex as well. That has come out to be a very, I would say, a very reactive combination of players together. It's looking very good right now. And when I say I mean XCM's lineup. And let's see what they happen to offer it as we happen to go ahead on the round. Then Asterix, he's got the my pick. He'll still be holding on to the side. We've not got a whole lot of roam play, and that's something I expect out of Tsukushima Goat to bring out. Is that's the Mozzie will be the one to make sure he tries and keeps the attention onto him. Triggered. Oh, that was a sad. He lost it. There's no coming back from it. That is actually very funny. But I'm trying everything in myself to not giggle right now as I'm trying to get words out of my mouth. But that is definitely very funny to witness. Coming back to me just having to speak how amazing they both are as players, and then seeing them do that. It was a very funny series of events, but most definitely it was a very unexpected turn of events. We've still got Asterix holding down on the side of Attic. He's got some nice angles to watch out for as well, but this Levi will make sure he helps him with that crossfire if he wants to establish it. For my magnets getting taken care of, we're getting to see that utility dump coming in from the attackers right now. It is, of course, the 1 minute 20-second mark, and that means there we go. The bodies will start dropping. Asterix will make sure he gets the first frag, and that's a good one. Ghost Freak is shut down. That was, in fact, the man who was making sure he leads the attack towards that victorious moment. And looks like that might just be a dent on their amazing attacking push.
Well, with the first body going down and it being Ghost Freak, we've seen this before from XTM when they were on the defense. Having that first body dropped often leads to them losing the flow and losing the round eventually. They're all going for a push through bedroom. Is this advisable? You've got Levi holding the newly opened breach. Asterix still on that tower peak just to make sure nobody gets any bright ideas about switching directions, while the rest of XTM, whatever remains outside of Rini that is, are pushing through the trophy bedroom area. You've got Skullex holding with the sniper rifle in hand just to make sure anybody peeks gets taken down quickly. But this is not going to be a very fruitful push unless XTM are able to brute force their way through in 20 seconds. That's not going to happen. As Asterix finds one, Penny finds two, does damage, but there we go. Kajit and Levi chime in, and it's all down to Trigger. Last man standing, Rhino out. That will be the end of Sam Fisher's influence in this round. Flawless from Demas Force, and all they needed was to take that first kill and make sure they did not get refragged onto at all. We will see that in the instant replay, ladies and gentlemen, as XTM have finally lost an attacking round after 3 straight rounds of dominance on the other side of roll swap. Second floor dorms will go the way of the defense, and this could be the beginnings of a Demas Force comeback. They have 2 runs to go to push for overtime, and if they're able to, well, where's you gonna be? In for a very, very interesting match.
Definitely an interesting match. A good reply back from Demas Force into trying to keep things alive. Poseidon with an interesting 6 pick as well. That'll be the clash being brought out for him from him, and the Rook being left out. Ghost Freak, they're realizing he needs a change up in his operator picks as well. The IQ will get swapped out for the Blackbeard, just bringing in that extra, I'd say that extra tank duty, just making sure they come out to be a little more aggressive than general. Exterminate Esports, they're still looking to exterminate their opponents, but they've not been able to do that, not been able to crack that code yet. It's been good 4 rounds for them until they got match point. Demas Force has suddenly woken up, and hey, this might just be their fight back. This might just be 2 rounds in consecution and 3 rounds in total for Demas Force to make sure that the comeback comes in from them. That is a very huge possibility right now that I'm looking at. Let's see if that type of conversion is still into play or not. We've got the prep phase coming in nice and easy from the side of the defense. They're making sure everything is just accounted for. You're getting all of that setup done for, and Poseidon, though, is definitely going to be a huge key element, at least, just as to how we see this defense pan out. The clash pick, it's been a while since I've seen it. And more importantly, knowing that XTM Esports is bringing out the Kali every single round, you still want to play the clash. I would say that's definitely a very daring move, but more importantly, that might just be the bait that XTM Esports is not looking for to fall for, rather. Excuse me. Inglando, not so much. But coming back, we've got 2 minutes on the timer, and we still got a huge. It's okay, Blackjack. You can giggle away on the cam. I'm going to keep my eyes on the screen right now, because we've still got the push coming in from the attackers, and it looks very aggressive. There you go, a very hasty peek from that Legion. That was not expected. Levi, as he almost got punished and triggered, make sure he did, though. Levi will be the one to fall, and that was the first line of defense crumbling down from the side of XTM Esports' aggression once again.
Flashbangs are going on to make sure that the push can come in, but it's not going to happen, not at least as smoothly as they wanted to. Bot's going to find one. Classic goes down. It's 3 versus 5. The defense are crumbling. Trigger takes another one, and Bot with his double, and there's Skullex to chime in right towards the end. Much needed kill streak for the side of the attack, as they will be the ones to close out this match. Nothing more from Demus Force, and absolutely no comebacks. They have been shut down, and with that, the very first match of the night goes the way of Exterminate Esports. What a match indeed. 10 and 11 to Skullex and Bot respectively, and that is going to mark the end of the very first game, ladies and gentlemen. We do still have another one to go after this one, but before that, relive the moment where we talk about the best of the best moments of this match that we have just witnessed. And what a fantastic game indeed that came to be from the side of both Demus Force and Exterminate Esports. Unfortunately, one had to lose, and unfortunately, it was Demus Force. XTM, very well done to play it out and win it out at the end. We'll see all of those highlights in the instant replay right here as it goes live, on your screens.
So, just coming back to the summary of the entirety of this match, for that matter, XTM Esports, they knew exactly what they were doing coming back to the second half, but the first half happened to show us a different side of them. It was Demus Force just coming off with a very good first round start. Look at that. The first round cleanup was something we expected coming out from them. It was that kind of aggression we usually get to see from a very default Demus Force match, if I may say. They like to take gunfights like that. They like to enter the site when when it's least expected. And coming back and rethinking and reanalyzing just what you happen to think about the first half of this match, it does happen to speak volumes of how Demus Force tried to keep up the fight in the first few rounds, but XTM Esports were just as quick to realize what was going wrong, and making amends to them, they made sure that they walked away with the equalized scoreline towards halftime. That's a situation that you find yourselves in. It's essentially starting from a 0-0. But speaking of which, the round 5 that we just got to see on our screens, coming back to round 6, this was a good clutch coming in from Bot. This was a 1 versus 2 essentially, because he did get that frag. We cannot see it on the highlight right now, but just coming back to this round in specific, XTM Esports needing this round so badly, they made sure they got that. Poseidon had no other option. 10 seconds, not much to do. He had to go for it. He had to make sure he gets that in the bag. And that was just one of the many plays we got to see coming back from XTM Esports the entirety of the second half, just starting from round 7 itself. It was so dominating. And look at this. This is the flashpoint I was talking about for Triggered. If Poseidon would have gotten this clutch, then coming back to Triggered missing his shots on Poseidon would have been the point for XTM Esports to just go down in that round. But that was not the case. And Skullex's 3K, what a beautiful portrayal of skill coming in from him towards this round. Is definitely one of the best rounds I've gotten to see from Skullex just in general. And with the Kali as well. And he's just happened to speak volumes of what XTM is capable of. Able to shut down Demus Force. And mind you, Demus Force a very decorated team when it comes back to the esports club and its leagues. They've definitely been at the top 3 spots, and for that matter, top 2 in fact, very consistently and back to back. And just happening to shut them down, XTM Esports has definitely sent out more than just a message. It is in fact an all-out call for war that is for everybody out there in Division 1, and that can only mean one thing: that every XTM match from now on is going to be one hell of a match to witness.
Most certainly. Exterminate Esports' matches will be ones to look forward to going forward from here, because defeating Demus Force brings me back to the early days of Valiance, another team in Division 1 currently, when they came in and gave the big names a run for their money. Exterminate have made it so far, and they need to make it even farther. The biggest hurdles are yet to come, of course. Demus Force was one of them. With all that being said, we're going to be taking a quick break, ladies and gentlemen, and coming back on the other side with our final game of the night, and that is going to be Red Vipers taking on LYC Valiants. We just spoke of the team, of course, and they are back in Division 1. So are Red Vipers in Division 1. It's going to be a very interesting game between both sides, and something to make it even more interesting, it's on Theme Park. How long has it been since we've seen that map? I cannot even recall, but we will get to that when we do on the other side of this break. Stay tuned. Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to what would have been otherwise the last game of day one of Division One of the W Black Esports Club Pro League for Rainbow Six Siege Division One Day One. Just like I said, supported by Ubisoft and in association with AFK Gaming, but I believe through the clues and the hints in what I've said so far and the overall lack of energy in my voice, I believe everybody has already concluded that the last match of the night is not going to happen. And the match that was supposed to be Red Vipers taking on LYSC Valiants, a match that we were really looking forward to. Both of us here, the caster seat, even our admin, because it was going to be on Theme Park, but the matches had to be moved offline. And there's a reason for that. There's a reason for all this delay. It's primarily because our host has been and still is actually experiencing severe connection issues to the game. For whatever reason, it keeps disconnecting or not even starting up at all, and we're working on a fix. Unfortunately, the teams are, they're waiting to play, and it's getting kind of late. We don't want them to be sitting here waiting until 12:31 a.m. because they all have stuff to do. We all have stuff to do. So unfortunately, that match has been moved offline and the results will be updated once the match is done. A very unfortunate end to the first day of Division 1. Very anticlimactic, and it just sometimes it just really isn't there when you think it is. And it is what it is, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the day. So we're going to be ending the stream here. We do hope you understand, and we once again sincerely apologize for the inconvenience caused, and we'll be back tomorrow, hopefully with a better day two of Division 1 of the Pro League. We will see you there. Until then, stay tuned and good night.